Hello and welcome to this new week. My name is Jadiel Kabiro here on Professor Herman Manyora's channel. I'm here with him. Professor, how are you doing this new week? Any expectations?
Oh, well, we are doing well. We thank God that we are alive and things are moving.
Ready to kick-start the week?
Yes.
Okay, today we are talking about something that happened last week, the bottom-up economy, and the dirty talk about Ruto not understanding what Kenya needs in terms of his economy. And the question is this going to be a mistake that will cost him come 2022? Professor, the bottom-up, some of his advisors don't even know what it means and how it can be implemented. What would you say this mistake is going to do to the deputy president?
Because you see, he banked all his hopes on the hustler narrative. And it was a bubble. It burst. It was debunked. Because people could see the danger in the hustler narrative. When you divide society, us versus them, the rich versus the poor, it will consume everybody.
Yeah.
So it didn't quite, it was bust. And now you come up with a bottom-up approach, which promises manna and heaven to people who are already suffering. And you see now, as it has become clear, even the people who are very close to him can't explain what it, because you can't explain what is not there.
So
People are saying they don't understand it. How can you understand what is not there?
So you're saying it's just a narrative that
It is just hot air.
can't exist?
It's hot air, which is resonating with the people because the people are suffering. When the people are suffering, you know, when people are disillusioned, when people are suffering, man, there's pain of poverty, hopelessness, despair, you come like you are Trump. And what you say resonates with the people.
Anything you say?
Yeah, so that's how Ruto came with the hustler narrative. But now it has been, the bubble has burst. Now you come up with this bottom-up approach. Again, as you can see, it's about to burst. So finally, he will remain with nothing to say.
Would you say
This will be his undoing.
some would say that the hustler narrative was a big tune to so many people's ears and it can work come 2022 because so many people are hustling out there? Would you say this might not happen for him as he thought it would?
It will not, because people came to see what it was. Do you see people really talking much about it? No, because who is the hustler?
For him, it was just people on that ground.
It's not true.
Would you say the people surrounding the DP are letting him down? They go on TV and they can't even explain some of the things there.
I don't blame also Homer. There's this clip that's going around until there's a vibe or something like that. Bottom up. No, I don't blame her because there's nothing for her to explain.
So for them, it's just following the deputy president without knowing.
It's just hot air. There's nothing about bottom up. No.
Would you say then that what the president has been doing has been working and the DP should go on with it? He's calling it the trickle down effect that has happened since independence. Is this something that he should probably look at?
You
going
see,
forward?
when you talk about bottom and people are down there, there have been policies from 1985 or thereabout. The district focus for rural development started by Moi. And then some funds were developed. Then Kibaki came and a lot of funds were developed. Starting with the CDF. Only CDF is known. There are many others that are devolved. You know?
Yeah.
There are many devolved funds, including for roads, including for HIV/AIDS, including for many other things. And even before that, there was a cooperative movement. Nothing could be more devolved than the successful cooperative movement of the 1970s. You see?
Yeah.
I think it was billed as the best in Africa and one of the best in the world. But it also died. That was on the ground. So you must look for a bigger problem, a better reason, the cause of our problem. It cannot be found in this bottom-up thing of giving people money.
Is devolution a good card to play when it comes to
devolution? Is another
people?
one. It's already there. But you see, we have not started it well. When we started devolution, we gave governors money to steal, to play around with. In fact, a governor has more access to resources than the president of Kenya has.
Oh.
Yeah, because the governor is everything. The governor is the engineer. He knows which road to be done. He knows who takes the contract. Uhuru can't do that. The president can't do that. So, look at governors. Some of them could hardly afford a house in Buruburu. After 2-3 years, they're all in Karen.
All of them.
Yeah. And in fact, governors don't say in their counties. All governors stay in Nairobi because they have palatial homes. So, it's a good so that's how you look for the problem we have. How come with all these developed billions running into trillions now, There's no, well, something is happening on the ground, but it's not what we expect.
Okay.
It's not a game changer.
So for the DP, as of now, his economic plan cannot work.
Look here, even when you give people, the DP must be aware. The European Union, then it was called European Commission, I think. People like Margaret Thatcher and the rest pumped a lot of money in Africa, and especially in Kenya here. Women groups, kufuga kuku, miradi ya ng'ombe, all these things were tried a long time, but they never work. You must ask yourself, how come all these bottom things don't work? How come the trickle-down effect that was started by Mboya in 1966, the rail line economics, how come it is still the one which is in play? Where only a few are supposed to do well, then some crumbs fall down for people down there. So what Ruto is saying is still the same thing.
On your video on Sunday, you said, let's first talk about corruption.
Yes.
Can corruption become a good game for these politicians to use to gain the trust of the people so that they can vote for them? You come out strong and come up with policies that can be able to deal with corruption.
That's what I thought Raila would do. But now he's not. In 2017, I laughed when David Ndii, now with Ruto, he led Raila into this thing of manifesto. Oh, I knew he had lost it. Raila was supposed in 2017 to stick to this idea of theft of public resources. Theft. And what you'll do with the economy if you stop this theft and the thieves. He quickly rushed into manifesto. Now, Ruto is talking about bottom up that doesn't make sense. Raila is following him there with this rural urban
integration.
It's all nonsense.
It cannot work.
It is corruption, number one. How do you ensure money is not stolen? If you give me, if one of these people, Ruto or Raila, told Manyora, we are giving you 2 weeks, go to Mombasa with some little money, with your feet inside the Indian Ocean. Think for us. I can produce a foolproof system where you cannot steal 1 shilling from government.
Foolproof.
One.
But
Foolproof.
There's a time you said that these politicians are still corrupt. They cannot be able to deal with corruption even because themselves are corrupt. What would you make you think?
I would have hoped someone like Raila is not corrupt. I think Raila is not corrupt. I would have hoped those who are corrupt have stolen enough. So, you could stop. Others have done so in some countries.
You just stop corruption.
You stop because you have already stolen enough. Stop the rest from stealing, and you also stop. Our Kenyan thieves ought to put a stop to the theft. Because they have stolen enough. And I've argued, and I've written about it, and I've said, and even recently I said, if you want your granddaughter to live in Livingston, in that house of yours, stop stealing now. Enjoy what you already have. Your great-granddaughter will stay in Lavington like you.
They already have
enough. But if
enough.
you continue stealing, with Kaungare next to you, my friend, you are just being a fool.
Something else when it comes to miscalculations, I would say the DP decided to go rogue when it comes to the handshake with Raila Odinga. And this, many people have called it a miscalculation because now the votes for Uhuru will be going to Raila, most likely if he endorses him. How would you say the DP can be able to recover the trust he had with the president come 2022?
Where it has reached, it is gone. You cannot bring Uhuru and Raila and Ruto together. It's difficult where it has reached. And I think Ruto himself contributed to that. If he had played, I don't know, I've never understood how Ruto fails to be a Kalenjin the way Moi was. Very patient and very calculative. Appearing to be fool, but seeing very far. I'm surprised that Gideon Moi plays the card better than Ruto.
I saw Gideon, he hasn't left Jubilee yet.
And he's just there, patient. You may even think he's a fool. My friend, before you know what's happening, Gideon Moi will be in the State House. Take it to the bank. So when Ruto came up fighting the president, I think to me it was a mistake. He ought to have calculated this thing and appear to be a fool. Even appear to support the handshake and Raila. Even if Uhuru wanted Raila to be president, he could even support. While inside there, because he's a smart politician, while inside there, strategize to take over after Raila. Yes, even if they want, because they might want Gideon to take over, you can outsmart them. But when you come out openly to fight, this is a system. This is deep state. These people are patient. One of the qualities of the most dangerous animals is patience. The most poisonous animal, the most poisonous of animals have one common feature among them. They are very patient. They can lie in one place like forever.
Some would say that maybe the DP saw the way the economy is going and the taxation and the problems when it comes to delivery, as Kenyans are saying it. And he said, let me isolate myself from them, and then later on I would come and say, I wasn't part of this deal. That's why we did not deliver the manifesto.
That can't say. In the fullness of time, he will be shown to have been part of this mess. The things he's saying are wonderful things that happened when he was in charge with the president in the first term.
Okay.
Those are the things that have put this country in the mess. It is the borrowing.
Yeah.
They got 1.7 trillion from Kibaki and pushed it to about 6 trillion. So that happened in the first term.
Oh.
And the biggest theft of public resources, especially in the energy sector and other places and agriculture, they happened when Ruto was deputy president and actively in charge. So you can't run away from that.
Okay.
You cannot.
So the economy was a big mess. His beef with the president
you can't
also.
run away from the mess of the economy. That's why I'm saying there's a gap to be filled, which Raila is not filling.
Okay, something else. His campaigns have majorly been in the central region. And the question with so many people from the eastern part of the country, Nyanza region, are asking whether the DP will be their president too, because he hasn't been seen well in those areas. Would you say this will cost him some votes when it comes to 2022?
There are many mistakes Ruto has made, like any other politician would make, including Raila. I think I talked about Raila's mistake, which is harming at Ruto, calling him a thief. That's a big mistake. Because then the thieves will gang up against, because the thieves run this country, they are the majority. They will gang up against Raila, make it very difficult. Now for Ruto, the worst mistake is to bank on the mountain. And I've said it repeatedly. To put all your hopes on the mountain vote. I told Ruto, if I were you, what I would do, I would look for my votes and let Mount Kenya votes be a bonus. So that even without those votes, and for Ruto it was possible. This is a bad man. Ruto is a dangerous politician.
Oh, getting votes from all the other regions.
Yes. He resonates with the people across the country. I go to my village and I hear people talk about Ruto. If he put more energy there, if he had put more energy there, he would not need the Mount Kenya vote in the way he needs it now. So the biggest problem he has is how to maintain the Mount Kenya vote. And so Raila has now made inroads. He has started.
Yeah.
Uhuru is yet to start. So he's going to be fighting for his breath around the mountain. He will have no time to go to Viga, where I come from. And yet he could have got a very clean votes from there. The biggest mistake for Ruto, banking on Mount Kenya.
That for him. Okay, that has been a conversation on the costly mistakes the DP has been making. I don't know whether you agree with the professor on that, but until we have this conversation again, my name is Jadiel Kabiro, here with Professor Herman Manyora.
Thank you.